So Lilo and Stitch, a couple funny things. Number one, it's pissing off both sides. The left is mad because it got rid of cross dressers and gay people, and it's also they're mad because the actress is too white. She's not dark enough. And then other people are mad because it throws family into the garbage. Apparently, Tom disagrees. Uh, but that is where we're at. It's pissed off both sides, which I find hilarious. But it's making money. In fact, it's still going to be probably one of the biggest Memorial Weekend movies ever. Mission Impossible 8, sadly, not doing well. $77 million is not good for that movie, no matter how you spin it. They spent a lot of money on it. Regardless, for theaters, still a good weekend. We're going to look at like probably a $500 million almost Memorial Day weekend. So what are you guys' thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think with the Mission Impossible stuff, just really quickly, like, I think that they were expecting more. Like, you look at when they released Top Gun Maverick, and then they released the first part of this Mission Impossible movie not long after that, and how well Top Gun did compared to how dismal Mission Impossible was. I think that they were just expecting Mission Impossible because of Tom Cruise and the fact that he's doing his own stunts to sell the movie. And the unfortunate thing, based on what I'm hearing, is I don't know. They're saying it's the final reckoning. This is supposed to be the final Mission Impossible movie.
Oh,
but yet,
it will be because it's flopping.
well, but apparently they're leaving it wide open at the end of it as well, is what I'm hearing too.
Yeah,
Lilo
but
and Stitch,
it would need to make a lot of money for the for the movie to get a sequel.
oh, I agree.
Don't forget the last one didn't do that good either.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, I think all the kid-friendly sort of movies are always going to do well, because no matter how the parents feel, the kids are just going to be like, I want to go see this. And the parents are going to be like, okay, let's go see it.
Yeah, it's just an excuse to get out of the house. Let's be real.
Well,
Does it
here's
matter?
the difference between Top Gun and Mission
be right back.
Impossible. Look, we're 8
that?
Mission Impossible films deep.
Mhm.
That was only the second Top Gun film. That's why.
I agree with that. And
That's
obviously
true.
there was a lot of promotion going
Nostalgia
behind
and other
Top Gun.
things.
But also
make-
too, like with the way that they were shooting Top Gun Maverick from being inside the planes and stuff like that, I feel like there was a bit of like people wanting to go
It
and see
had the
like,
Force
some-
Awakens nostalgia going for it as well.
A
And it just
bit,
happened to
yeah.
be good, so it had really good legs.
I agree. But yeah, like I feel like Mission Impossible, what they're trying to sell these movies on, despite how like we feel about Tom Cruise and how he promotes his movies and how he doesn't go after the politics side of things and all of this other kind of shit, I feel like the only thing that is really pushing the Mission Impossible movies are the Tom Cruise does his own stunts, which, I mean, that was an amazing thing 10 years ago. I don't think it's quite as amazing as it is now.
I think it actually I disagree. I think it is amazing considering the state of Hollywood. You have all of these Hollywood actors, going and speaking politics when they should be focusing on the movie and attacking fans that they need to come to their movies. And then you have Tom Cruise, who is working really hard on a movie that he's producing, and he is, embracing the fans and telling the fans that, we made this for you. This is the final one. I hope you guys see it. See you at the movies. He's, really marketing to fans, not marketing to ideologues.
And I don't
Yes,
think
and
it's his
Steph,
fault.
Despite,
I think it's
despite-
just
hang on. Despite how much he's doing that, though, Steph, it's not changing the box office.
And it's because
Like-
it's because this is like the eighth.
That's my point
movie.
I was going to get
Yeah,
to. Yeah,
it's
it's the
because this is
fatigue
the
of the
eighth
franchise. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to find something else. Like if he can find something, like he's been talking about doing a Days of Thunder sequel, which I think is probably a pretty good idea. He's talking about doing a Top Gun 3, which I'm not so sure is a great idea, because I think you already recaptured that Thunder again.
I don't know. You
once.
could do Top Gun again. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know if the third one's going to roll as well. I have a feeling that one's not going to be as well received. But
Yeah,
he
I'm
needs
back.
to find a new franchise that's his own, that can handle his age, that he can maybe do stunts in still, but isn't Mission Impossible, right? Like,
Right.
I think
but
that's the thing. Is people are played out on Mission Impossible.
I just wanted to point out real quick on the audience poll that they did. It's in here. I don't know exactly where it is, but a lot of 15% of the people. Oh no, 47% of the people went for Tom Cruise, which I think is significant. Like
That's
that
incredible.
shows like he is.
Well, and
Yeah.
that just
A movie
supports
star.
our point. That supports our point that that it's basically franchise fatigue, because even the people that are going aren't even going for the movie.
They're going for Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
They're going for Tom
Tom Cruise.
Cruise.
He is a movie star, though, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like people are showing up for him, which
And he was asked about that recently, and he responded, "I hope I'm not the last movie star," and I don't think he is, but it's going to take a while for Hollywood to reinvent the movie
Yeah.
star. Though.
Although,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
said he
the
didn't
one thing
want
I will
to
say
be the
about
last movie
Hey,
star.
Tom on his Tom Cruise tier list, put this like in C, risky business.
Why are you calling it my list? That's the girls' list.
Well-
Don't even me for that
Anyway.
shit.
Tom's movie tier list
If
pissed
that
me
was
off.
my list, it'd have been way different. Trust me.
So-
Every time Tom posts a movie bracket, I like get mad
Yeah.
because
Get mad.
Tom-
I don't care.
if Tom's movie lists were Jenga, they'd all top over because he
Yeah.
refuses to shit on any of them. Everything is a masterpiece. Nothing is bad. It just makes my blood boil, Tom. All of your
Yeah.
movie lists make my blood boil.
It makes my blood boil because he doesn't include an S tier.
Everything's S
No.
tier on Tom's
Every-
movie list.
every-
Every movie
Oh
is
my
S tier.
God.
Every time I see Tom's tier list, it makes
Oh,
the
Jesus.
hydration leave my body.
Every movie is S tier on Tom's list.
I can thank this show for justifying my only having an A, because they told me that what S came from. It comes from basically the Chinese equivalent of A.
Yeah, Interview
So
with
why
a
would we have
Vampire
A
was like
twice?
C.
Don't yell at me. Yell at Steph.
Me, that list was like practically done when I
Hey,
came onto the
I
show.
can't help that.
Okay.
That's not my fault. You keep showing up late.
Oh, so the two people
I
that are
can't do
on.
anything about
Hang on.
that.
So the two
Let me
people
pull that
are
up.
on.
I'm gonna
The two
pull that
people
list
that-
up.
The two people that are on this stream that were on that stream are trying to flog the responsibility off to somebody
Hey,
else.
Because I didn't pick most
I
of those
did.
spots.
I really did come out. I came on
She
that
did
show
come
late.
in late, but
I came
still.
in very late. The tier list was like practically done, and I only got to do like maybe 4 movies on that list.
Let's see.
I'm pulling it up. Hold on. I'm looking for it. I know it because I posted a annoyed Dwight
Do you want me to
Schrute
bring
under it.
up? Jesus.
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on.
That's what you said 5 minutes ago.
Well, I'm looking for it.
I said,
And
did
he-
you need
I
it?
post
Like
more
10
than a
minutes ago.
teenage girl on Twitter, so
He's
Well, so
looking
do
for
I,
it,
but-
and that's because
he's
I get
slow.
paid on Twitter, so of course.
I can just grab
Yeah,
this
here it is. Look at
screenshot.
this motherfucking
Or now
list,
you
dude.
find it.
All right, so The Mummy is the only bad movie on here. Are
I
you
had
kidding?
to talk him into that because I told him, I was like, you guys do realize that I'm never going to hear the end of this shit from Flash because of this list.
I was
right?
born on the
Hang on.
4th of July, an A tier movie. Can
Oh,
you
that is
explain that to
definitely
me?
better than.
Oh
a lot of the
my
other shit.
God.
That is actually that's a
Hang
very
on.
good movie.
Is Interview with a Vampire
wait,
and
wait, hold on,
Cocktail
Flash.
both in C list?
Flash, you don't think Born on the 4th of July is an S tier movie?
It's a B movie.
Top Gun 1 is
Oh.
You're
B.
saying that that's in the same category as A Few Good Men?
Top Gun
Yes.
1 is
Yeah.
B.
Get the out of here.
Yeah, because A Few Good Men it's good, but the ending is kind of convoluted.
You mean it's kind of the
Really?
guy
Because
gets
the only
busted?
reason, the only reason he gets busted is because he self incriminates himself. If he hadn't said
Because he got
shit,
tripped up, Tom.
yeah, if he hadn't said shit, then it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I don't see how
Good one.
Collateral's C tier though. That
I
is
know.
not.
I
I know.
didn't really care for
How
that one,
did
but-
this?
Proud
tier
damn,
list-
that belongs in
We
D.
were fighting all night over Eyes Wide Shut and all kinds of other shit, and I
I
was just
hate
trying to stay
Eyes
the fuck out of it.
Shut.
I like
Yeah,
it, but
she
it's
came and
just
started
not
fighting over that, and then it all went off the rails.
I
Well,
hate. I
Night
This,
Day.
this tier list is an abomination.
A B?
This
Are
is-
you kidding me?
Yeah, see, this is how you can
Throw that
tell
piece
of
the
shit
movie
down
is
into
by
F.
women, because Night and Day was B tier. That's how you tell
Belongs
it's
in the
by
F.
women.
I've
Number
never
one.
even seen the goddamn thing.
What is
so I don't
this
even know.
movie right here? I
all,
can't.
all three of us were like, we really like Night and Day.
What's
Which
the
one?
What's the movie next to Jack Reacher?
That'd be the Rock of Ages. One I tried and fought to keep it down low, but yeah.
That belongs
what-
in F.
What is
I
the
love
movie?
Rock of
What's
Ages.
the movie that's in S
How is
tier?
the firm
right.
lower than Minority Report? Are you kidding me, dude?
The only thing about Eyes Wide Shut is
how
like
you kidding me, man?
you got this.
They already put those
Vanilla
there.
Sky is a
Mhm.
B tier movie. Are you? That's a joke, dude.
Also,
that
where's
belongs in
Thank
D
you.
number
I
one.
hate Vanilla Sky.
That's what I said, but Nina wanted it
Vanilla
so hard.
Sky.
that
Nina
I'm
was
like,
fighting
I
for Vanilla
fucking
Sky.
hated Vanilla Sky. I'm
Yeah,
like, that was the
Vanilla
worst
Sky is
Cameron
awful.
Crowe movie
Risky
ever.
business.
Fighting
Risky
for
Wait, where's
business
Days
is
of
A
Thunder?
tier.
where's the
Eh,
Days
Come
of
on,
no,
man.
Days of Thunder, S tier movie. Get the out
Are
of
you
here,
kidding me?
dude.
It
Yeah, I
sure
know.
is.
It is
What is-
not
what
Oh,
is the
there is,
top-
Sure
at
is.
all.
It is a good movie. Oh, it's amazing.
It's a good
Fuck is
movie.
too.
It's a
For
great
Tom
movie.
Cruise, it is. It's one of his most
It's a
iconic
B,
films.
Tom.
You kidding me?
It's
they
a
had
B.
the wheelchair race, everything. It's great.
Days of Thunder. is
It's a
good.
B.
What is wrong with you? You need to return your man card for saying that. Jesus
It's a
Christ.
fucking B. It's nowhere near as
All right,
good
audience,
as A Few
what
Good
is-
Men.
what is-
Number one.
What is Days of Thunder?
It's
You
nowhere
really
near
like
as good
A
of
Few
Days
Good Men,
of.
don't you? You really want A Few Good Men, don't
It's a
you?
good movie, Tom.
It's not that great. It's okay.
You're gonna put Days of Thunder next to Rain Man?
Yeah.
Rain
Yeah.
Man is a masterpiece, dude.
Yes, it is.
What is the movie that is in the top right hand corner? The
Days
S
of
tier
Thunder
one?
is a B, and that's
Color
not a
of Money?
bad tier to be in.
I picked
You've
Color
never
B
of
seen
is
The
a
Money.
Color
good
of Money?
movie.
That's the only
Rhino?
one I got to pick because nobody else had seen it.
Sorry, what the is it? Because everybody keeps talking over
Color
each
of
Color
other.
of Money.
That's a
I've
good
never-
movie.
Color
never
Money's
seen
good.
So I can't speak on that. I've never seen it.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
argue against
Few
Color
Good,
Money.
Few Good Men was just Oscar bait. Man.
Yeah.
Cocktails
It's,
should be in B.
Are you shitting me?
Yes, it's good. It should be in B. That's a classic Tom Cruise movie.
It's so
It's
Color
gay
Money
as hell.
Rhino is about
Interview
Tom
with a
Cruise being a police
vampire
officer.
should at least be B
Yeah,
or if
that
not
an
A.
interview of a vampire should be an A. 100%. Way above Live, Die, Repeat.
Cocktail needs to go
Oblivion
up.
of what is the name of that
Oblivion-
movie again?
Oblivion
Oblivion
needs to-
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oblivion needs to go down.
Oblivion needs
Days
to
of
come
Tomorrow.
down one.
Yeah, yeah.
Days of,
Uh,
no, that's not
Days-
right. That's not right.
Night and Day in B. That needs to come down to like
Yeah.
D.
Or-
Night and Day should be a D.
Night
D
and Day was
movie.
fine. Night and
Yeah.
Day
Top
was
Gun,
funny.
the original Top Gun should be A.
A.
Fucking what the fuck are we
No.
talking about? At
Yeah.
least.
I didn't put.
least
I,
it
I
doesn't
didn't
hold
put
up.
Top Gun there.
Yes, it
I came
does.
in
It holds
so
up
late.
better
No,
than the
No,
second
the
one.
first movie
Yeah, first
is
off, Top Gun is way gayer than Interview with a Vampire.
Top
Let's
Gun is
be
better
real.
than Interview with the
Way
Here's the
Vampire.
problem
gayer
and the
than
difference
that.
in why Maverick is a better film because the problem with the first Top Gun is
What?
it doesn't have a plot. Nothing.
Movie.
No,
It's
it
a
doesn't.
guy finding his way. It's a hero's
Oh
journey.
my! No. A bunch of shit happens in
I
Top
feel
Gun
like
school
Tom
until they finally
influenced
have to go and have a
this.
fight.
Yes,
Yeah, the
it's
same
still-
with
it's
Maverick,
the
dude.
progression of
It's
Tom
not
Cruise's
what.
character.
I didn't say shit. They put Top Gun and B right without me saying shit,
Yes.
but I just didn't
How,
disagree.
explain to me how's that any different from the plot in Maverick? Shit happens, and then he's
Because
Yes!
in Maverick, they actually have a plot start from the beginning. Now, if the Russians had
The
actually
plot-
attacked in the earlier part of the film and they had to rush the kids through Top Gun in the first movie, like they did in the second movie, then we'd actually have a plot here. But unfortunately, you don't. You have a bunch of kids training for a bit. Goose dies, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they have to go to war. That's
Okay,
when the
so
plot
now
kicks in.
I feel
The
like
only
you
part of the plot.
influenced this list, Tom.
I did not. Okay, go back and watch the show.
You
Hang on a
posted
second,
it, Tom.
Hang on a
So
second,
what if I
Tom. You're
posted
missing you're missing one of the best parts of Top Gun, and that is the fact that they're actually in a competition to see who
Yes.
the best Top Gun pilot is, and
Yes.
then they get sent to war. There, of course, is a plot there. Man,
Yes.
that movie should be at least A tier, if not S tier. And the fact that it's
Yes.
in B tier tells me that this, like, where the is Tropic Thunder?
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's
a
not a
good
Tom
question.
Cruise
it
movie.
had to be movies that starred Tom Cruise.
Okay,
It's
And if
all
we
right.
had
Yeah,
every
that's
one of
fair.
these fucking
No,
movies,
that's
we've
fair.
been there for 2
That's
hours.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
This is not my list, because if this was my list, half that shit would be flipped around. Okay.
I still think that
But
Top
this
Gun
is every list you post. They're all top heavy. Everything is
Because
great.
you don't understand. You say it's my list. These are not my list. These are a conglomerate of people on the panel and people in the chat. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that shit.
Can I just ask a quick question? Who shared this list on Twitter?
I don't give a
I'm sorry,
Well,
Tom. I love you.
Well, with all that said,
And even if it was my list, I could give a what anybody says.
I think
all,
the
all
mission.
I'm
I think
saying is that there are movies that need to be moved all over the place on this list.
What are the
Like,
other Mission Impossible movies now that I think about
Do
it?
you
I-
have
hey,
10
Mission
hours worth of
Impossible
fucking
1 is
streaming?
actually a very good movie.
Because the third one is the best one.
No, it isn't.
No.
Third one is
I-
horrible.
hang on,
What's
hang
the
on,
one with
hang on,
Henry
hang on.
Cavill?
Third one's
What's the one
worse
with
than
Henry
two.
Cavill?
I want to
Two is
ask Tom a
awful.
question. I wanna
Wait,
ask
what's
Tom
the
a quick
one with Henry Cavill? Which one is that?
That
That's
was
like
one of the more
5.
recent ones. That was
Well,
one of
that's
the
the
most
best
recent
one.
ones.
Tom,
Rogue
yeah.
Nation. Rogue
The one
Fallout,
with
Nation.
Henry
I think.
Cavill. Rogue Nation.
That's-
That's the best one.
I need
Rogue
to ask.
Nation is
That's
the
not got
best
Henry
one. I think
Cavill in it, though.
Fallout. Isn't Fallout the one with Henry
I
Cavill?
Fallout's with
Fallout
Henry
was
Cavill.
No,
with
Rogue
Henry
Nation.
Cavill.
That's the one I'm thinking. That's
This is
the
the
best
problem
one.
with the Mission
Yeah, Rogue
Impossible
Nation is the
movies.
best.
This right here, you don't even know which one's which.
Yes,
Oh,
but the
true.
first
I
one,
knew
the
which one it
first
was. It
one's
was
very
Fallout
good.
with Henry Cavill, but
It
Rogue
is,
Nation
but
weren't even
I
sure
like
at
Rogue
first.
Nation the best. I'm
Yeah.
Hang on,
That's
hang
the
on.
best
Can I
one.
please ask Tom a question? Tom, do you seriously put Vanilla Sky and Night and Day on the same level as Top Gun?
Thank
Fuck
you.
No, I
Thank-
told
and
you that.
The
I've never
firm
even.
too. The firm.
Oh my
The
god.
Yeah.
fucking firm, dude.
Yes, the firm is amazing. And that's because
You
I'm a
fucking kidding me? How is Night Day on the same level as the
I have-
firm?
I
I've
agree.
never seen Night and Day, and I fucking hate Vanilla Sky. How else can I tell you? I've
Oh,
only
holy
seen
shit.
it once.
Oh my god.
That's
And
very
I
convincing
fucking
ASL.
hated it.
I bet you have 5 copies of it though.
Actually, I have 0
Actually-
copies of Vanilla
Whoa.
Sky.
I actually put.
Honestly, I used to
I
hate
actually
Tom
put-
Cruise. People don't understand the hate boner I used to have for Tom Cruise. That's why I don't think Top
Why?
Gun's all that great of a film. Because he was in everything. He was like Pedro Pascal before Pedro Pascal.
It's kind of true.
And not only that, most of his movies are mediocre at best until you get to a certain select few. It was Mission Impossible was, other than like Rain Man and Color Money and Days of Thunder, I could give a about any of his movies before that.
Jerry Maguire
No,
was basically-
no, it is not
it was
F
like-
to where.
It was like Mission
Sukan-
Impossible that finally kind of turned me on him and a few of the other ones after that. But yeah.
Wow.
See,
Sukan is Jerry Maguire is not F tier. What are you talking about?
Jerry
dude?
Maguire was one of the
Jerry
movies that
Maguire,
actually got me to
right.
like Tom Cruise,
Yeah,
actually.
Jerry Maguire is a very
Yeah,
good movie.
Jerry Maguire is where it belongs in A.
See, straight off the bat, I'm putting Vanilla Sky, Night and Day, and Eyes Wide Shut next to The Mummy in F tier.
No,
Hey,
I
yeah,
hated Vanilla
know-
Sky. I wanted my money back.
Vanilla
Oh,
Sky is a
my
piece of
Vanilla
shit.
Sky was garbage. I
Yeah.
hate Vanilla
Big pile
Sky.
of shit. Trash.
Yeah.
Trash. It should be down in F.
It is
Yeah,
some of the most
Nina kept
pretentious
fighting me on
bullshit.
Vanilla Sky. Like she would not put it lower than wherever
She
it's
loved
at.
it. And
Who was fighting for
whatever.
that movie?
Nina.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh God, Nina, where are you at,
Well,
Nina?
Rhino, here's the big thing though for Eyes Wide Shut when you're, because you're about my age, right?
I tried to fight for that one to be
139.
higher.
I hate Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
40.
I-
Okay,
Eyes
so-
Wide
But
Shut.
when you
The
were as
problem-
old as, so I was, 14 years old in 1999. It's like you got to see Nicole Kidman. Like, okay, that made it worth it.
well,
Rest of the movie
here's
is
what I
good.
like about Eyes Wide Shut is Eyes
That,
Wide
that
Shut.
makes it, that gives it value.
Eyes Wide Shut exposes a lot of the crazy Hollywood like the
Exactly.
rich ritual
Yeah.
people.
And not
But
only that,
That movie is heavily they killed.
I was just gonna say, I think Kubrick
the
was
thing
killed
is-
over that film.
they
thing is,
killed
in
him
regards-
over that movie.
The thing is, in regards to
That's a
what Sean is saying,
conspiracy. That's a conspiracy, but I totally think that they killed him over that movie. That movie was heavily edited.
The vampire.
I'd
pedophile.
love to see the director's cut of Eyes Wide Shut. And
The
yeah,
thing is
Interview
that-
with a Vampire belongs in A.
The thing is with
I
Eyes
don't know, it
Wide,
hasn't
is it-
aged the
is
best,
it
man.
Wide-
Great movie, dude. And it's gay as I don't care.
in Eyes Wide
great
Shut,
movie.
seeing Nicole Kidman does nothing for me because, like, dude, you can get a great movie like Wolf of Wall Street and see full frontal nudity.
I
from-
understand that, but when you're 14 years old in 1999, you're like,
Oh,
oh,
look, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Oh, that movie was.
I'm
a
not in my
phenomenon when it
60s.
came
Where does
out.
that come from? Out of here.
I don't know if any of us are in our 60s. Jesus.
Yeah, nobody here
Probably
is that
referring
old.
to me, but
I'm 40. I turned
No,
42
like,
this year.
look, I see a lot of people are like, "Where's this? Where's that? Where's this?" Look, we have to curate only a certain amount, and
Not in
if
my
we had
50s
all
either.
of them on here, we'd be here for all night long. And the same thing with the Mission Impossible movies and all that kind of
Yeah.
crap. So we had to kind of keep it limited, and we even threw more on as we were going, just because people were griping in the chat. But
What is
like,
that
I was trying
movie?
to- I was
What's
trying
that
to just keep
movie?
it to his main big ones, but
What's that movie that's between Collateral and Eyes Wide Shut? What is that?
risky
Um,
business.
Risky Business.
That's
That,
a great movie.
that
I
actually
think
needs
it-
to
I
go
think it
up. What
deserves
was
to
that
be
I
a-
love,
scene?
I love
Eh,
Risky Business. That's such
What?
a
it hasn't
banger,
aged
dude.
the best, but I would say it probably does deserve to be in B
That's a
more
You
than
know,
some of
banger.
those
you know
other
what you
ones.
should do, Flash? You should have a segment on FlashCast where you fix Tom's tier list.
I
That's
don't
all I
remember
need.
Gerald Ford. Get out of here, Manaho. My first president was Bush, I think.
Which Bush?
How old
The
are
first
you?
Bush.
Jesus Christ, you're not that young, are you?
When was he president?
88.
The first Bush, 88 to 92.
Oh, well, then he wasn't my first president. I'm before that.
I was gonna say I was born.
I'm
when
a
fucking
Reagan
Carter
baby.
was president. Yeah.
I'm
I
a
That's
Reagan
true.
baby.
Insert username. I do love Bush.
Who was president in 1983?
Reagan.
That'd
Well,
be
then
Reagan.
that's my birth president.
I remember the moon landing. Well, Mr. Bentham, we never went to the moon, if you want to ask me.
Kubrick.
I believe that was all propaganda to get ahead of the Russian
I believe it too.
space shit. I don't think we ever went to the moon.
I don't know about that.